Today I'm going to show you how to make hopia at home. We don't need an oven, we're just going to cook it on top of the stove. Let's get started. For the hopia dough, we have the water dough, 2 cups all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 3 tablespoons sugar, 1/2 cup water, 1/2 cup oil. For the oil dough, you need 1 cup cake flour and 1/2 cup shortening. For the baboy filling, you need 3/4 cup of pork lard or regular cooking oil, 1.5 cups cake flour, 2 tablespoons of margarine, 1/4 cup water, 1.5 cups of chopped onions. You can use the onion bulb or you can use spring onions. 1/8 cups of white sugar. You can also use brown. 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon vanilla. For the mongo filling, we will use store-bought. You can use the pandan mongo filling, you can use the ube mongo filling, or you can use a mongo paste. Either you can use the green or the red mongo. Let's make the skin first. We have water. This is the water dough. Water, sugar, and salt. You mix this together. You try to dissolve as much of the sugar as possible. See, you have maybe like 1 tablespoon. And then we add in cooking oil. This is regular cooking oil. Remember, this is the water dough. And then you add in all-purpose flour. And then you mix until you form a dough. Okay, the dough looks wet, but this is all right. Okay, so you just mix like this. Do not over mix, huh? Just like this. This is good. As long as it comes together, it's good. Then let's make the oil dough. This is the oil dough. This is cake flour, and this is shortening. You mix this together. Okay, here. We're almost there. See, I want you to mix this until it forms a paste. It has the consistency of a paste now. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. Alright? Okay. So let's roll this out now. Remember, this is the water dough and the oil dough. We dust the table with flour. Right? This is the water dough, okay? Don't worry, it's not very smooth because we will be rolling and folding this 3 times. Right, next, we have here the oil dough, okay? Here, look at this dough as one whole piece, and then we divide this into 3 portions. So 1/3, 1/3. Okay? 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. You put the oil dough only on 2/3 of the water dough. So we spread this out 2/3. About 2/3, huh? Don't worry, it does not have to be 100% exactly 2/3. Okay? So, what you do next, this portion without the dough, without the oil dough, you fold it over 1/3. See? Like that. 1/3 of the dough. Then this one over like this. So, if you look at it on this side, you will see water dough, oil dough, water dough, oil dough, water dough. Alright? So, what we do next is we dust the table with flour again. Okay. And then we turn. Right. We will make another 3 fold, but this time you don't put you don't put oil dough anymore. Okay, so 1/3, divide into 3. You fold 1/3 over here like that, this way. Okay, so be gentle. All right, and then we turn. By the way, I didn't turn the first one, but I rolled it in the opposite direction, so it's easier because of the space. So that is folding number 2. Then this is the last. And then we fold it again into 3. This way and that way. What we're trying to create are layers. But don't forget, after you fold, when you roll, it should always be like this. This is what you call your turn. Okay? So that was the third, 1 lock in and 2 turns. Okay? Next. By the way, if your dough becomes difficult to handle because it will spring back, it means you need to rest the dough. Okay? This one seems good, so I will continue. This is the last one. By the way, the folding, what we're trying to create is the flaky layers. Okay? Next, we are going to roll this into a baston. Okay? Let me roll this out a little bit thinner. You try to make the baston tight. Okay? Then you rest the dough while we make the filling. Okay? If we cut it right now, what happens? The dough will shrink. So we will let this rest. Okay? Cover this with plastic and let's make the filling. Let's make the baboy filling. Okay? They call this pork or baboy filling, but actually there's no baboy or pork. Originally, they use pork lard to cook the onions. That's why they call it baboy. And also, the ones that they sell as baboy that looks like pork fat, they're actually candied condol. So it's not really baboy. So now actually they changed the packaging. The label, instead of saying Hopia baboy, they now call it Hopia condol. All right. Here, you can use pork fat. You can use half pork fat, half vegetable oil. But if you don't have pork fat, just use vegetable oil, okay? The flavor that is distinct of the baboy hopia is the onions. For the onions, you can use the green onions, or you can use onion bulbs. Either one is fine, but the spring onions are cheaper. Alright? So you don't have to heat the oil until it's very hot. You add in the spring onions. Okay? And then you saute until the onions are soft and aromatic. Alright? That will take maybe 10 minutes. Here are the onions that we cook. Okay? It's not very aromatic. By the way, it's dark because this is green onions. Okay? It's not burnt though. Don't worry about it. So I have here vanilla. By the way, you include the oil which you used to saute, and then you have salt, you have margarine, the oil is still hot, so I'm trying to melt the margarine here. It's very aromatic. You can imagine the hopia baboy now. And then I have here sugar. You can use white or brown sugar. Okay. And then we have water. I'm going to add half of the water first because we don't want the filling to be very wet. Because if the filling is wet, when you bake it, it's going to deform the dough. Okay. We have cake flour. This is your baboy filling, okay? Alright, so let's form them into balls. I divided the filling into 20-gram portions. I will do the same with this one, with the dough. This should make about 36 pieces more or less. Okay, I've finished dividing. I was able to make 38. Good. About 20 grams. Some were like 19, some were 21. Okay, more or less. Okay, when after you cut, you put the coiled side up. Okay, like this. And then here, we are preparing the filling. These are 20 grams. Okay, when I make hopia, my rule of thumb is, if my dough is 20, my filling is also 20. If it's hopia baboy, they always have lunga or linga. Lunga, we call it lunga in Bisaya. It's linga in Tagalog, or sesame seeds, okay? So we start with this one, okay? Press it slowly, and then you can see the coil. Once you bake this or cook this, the layers will separate to give you the flakes. Okay, you put the filling in the middle and then slowly stretch this. Okay. Right. Now, so that we can get uniform size, I have a mold. Let me check how many inch this is. This is 1.5 inch, okay? If you don't have this, you can use any cutter, any cookie cutter, or a student told me this is like the size of a sardine can, okay? So, you press this. So, this is your first hopia. Okay. Let's put it on a tray like this. And then, let me make another one. Okay, tuck this in. Be careful because the layers will separate. If it's too sticky, you can dust it with flour. Alright? Okay, this one, this time with ube. And then, slowly pinch it. It's alright if you can see a little of the filling. That's alright. Okay, just make sure it's close. And then we put this in our mold and press. Okay. If you want this filled up, it should be about 25 to 30 grams. But I always do 20-20. Okay. Then I will do, this is pandan paste. Actually, all of this paste, they are actually mongo based. They just add flavoring. The ube paste, the pineapple paste, the pandan paste. Okay. If you don't have the mold, you can also do it with your hands like this, but the mold is nicer. Okay. As I said, if there is a little filling that shows, it's alright. Okay. So we'll continue with the rest. I forgot to show you, usually in the baboy, they put sesame seeds. Okay. You can put sesame seeds like that. Okay. Here. This is for your hopia baboy. Okay? I have many recipes to share with you. If you're interested, please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be alerted when a new video is uploaded. There are two ways you can cook your hopia. One is you can bake it. Number two is you can cook it on top of a stove like this. We start, okay, baking is you just put an egg wash and put it in the oven. Alright, you bake it for about 375 degrees for about 15 minutes, okay? Usually, I put the top side down, okay? By the way, don't put oil, huh? Then we put a lid. Ready to flip. Okay. Once the bottom browns, it's ready. Here, this is already cooked. Okay. By the way, one of the signs that it's cooked is if you see a crack and you see the other side, it's already brown. See? And you can see the sides flaking. Some people, they used to do this, you know, use the roll. It's alright if you make like maybe 5-6 pieces, but if you make a lot, you cannot be turning this all the time. What they do that to make sure that the sides are cooked. You just cover it and you're sure that it's going to be cooked. Okay? So both sides are nice. And see, this is one of the indication. It does not always have to crack, but once it cracks, you know it's cooked. Okay? Like this one cracked too. But all the rest didn't crack. It doesn't mean it's raw. Okay? It just means that if there's a crack, you are sure it's cooked. Like this one, see? It's not brown because it's not in direct contact with the heat, but it's cooked. Okay? Let's take this out.